I have lived in southern Arizona for many, many years, but I did about a year and a half in West Texas for college. And when I was there, I remember people asking me what I thought were very strange questions. One of them was, do you ride a horse to school? Well, we are a little rugged out here. We can be. We do have a lot of state land, so we see a lot of wildlife. But we are not truly the wild, wild west. That said, I do have this interesting video, just an example that's not really directly related to the book, but rather just a good example of how things really are in southern Arizona. I took this video about a week ago outside a local business.
Attack me, little bird. I'm scared of birds, but I think it's pretty cool. There you are. You're on the porch at work. No, I'm not trying to scare you. Okay.
And this is what that little bird looked like up close. He's pretty fierce looking. Just to wrap up the conversation about setting for the one who had to, I was going to touch on the reason why I selected southern Arizona in particular. Even the indoor portion of the book is selected for the same reason, and that is that it's highly familiar to me. I have lived here for 20 years, and the building in which the indoor portions take place is the kind of area that I grew up familiar in. And so because I was creating new characters and new everything, keeping that setting really constant as a baseline knowledge I already had really helped my process. And so that was very purposefully selected as a place where I understood the culture, and I understood the road systems and the buildings and the plants. All of these things kind of come into the story, and it really helped me to not have to do that much research on these areas of the book. I still had to fill in some of the gaps. Not everybody knows everything, right? And even if you learned it once upon a time, you don't retain everything that well. So I did have to fill in some holes, but it really let me focus on the character development in that portion of the book, as well as the key organization that's mentioned briefly in the book. So talking a little bit more about that organization though, I'm going to jump into a little preview of book number 2. So I have begun work on the sequel. It's going to be an immediate sequel, so you're going to pick up with all the same characters and really get a lot more information. And one of the pieces that I'm trying to fill in to an extreme almost is the organization itself. I'm fascinated by it myself, and I want to know more. What is this? What are these people about? Where do they come from? And so there's a lot of development and history and what's going on with these people answered in book number 2. And so to do that, I really have wound up doing quite a bit of research on organizations which I'm going to say are similar, but that's not really an accurate way to say that. Similar and dissimilar, but it allows me to start to develop that history and all of these things, and what I'm learning about the organization is really exciting, and I think that it's going to be exciting for the reader too. I hope so. I feel like anytime a person steps out of the box, they grow, and that's what I'm doing by doing all this research, but I hope that how it comes out to the reader is going to be really something special. So I'm looking forward to that becoming available. But in the meantime, if you've not yet had a chance to read The One Who Had To, get on Amazon.com. We're on Kindle Unlimited. We're on regular Kindle for purchase. We're also in paperback. And in a week, give or take, we'll have audio available. So that's something to look forward to. Also, the videos are going to keep coming, keep posting newsletters. I'm trying to be really active for you guys. If you haven't had a chance to find me on Twitter, I am active on Twitter these days, and I'm having a lot of fun with Twitter. It's different than I expected, and it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying. So check me out wherever I am. And of course, for those of you Tucson locals, we have events coming up, as well as you can find the paperback in some of your local bookstores. Have a thriller of a day, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.